good morning. Are we ready to go? Hello?
Mr. Chairman, we are.
So it's time to start. Very well. Thank you very much. A very good morning to all of you, ladies and gentlemen. It is my pleasure to welcome you to the 28th Annual General Meeting of GCB Bank PLC, which I now declare open. Ladies and gentlemen, as is our tradition, I will ask a shareholder to commence business with a short prayer for us.
Shall we bow down here for a short prayer? The earth is the Lord's and the fullness thereof, the world and they that dwell therein. Everlasting Father, today marks the 28th Annual General Meeting of Ghana Commercial GCB Bank PLC. And we ask, O Lord, that you take absolute control of all that will be done here, that GCB Bank PLC will move from grace to grace and from strength to strength. We ask, O Lord, that you touch and grant the chairman, directors, management, and all present shareholders the grace to be able to participate and deliberate on actions that will bring GCB Bank PLC to a very high level and to increase profitability for all and sundry. Gracious Father, as members and family of GCB Bank PLC, our eyes are on you only. We lift our eyes unto you because we do not have any other person to look up to. We know you will do it. So all will say that it is the good Lord that has done it. All will applaud you, for that in the end we'll have cause to give you the glory and adoration. We ask this in the name of Jesus Christ, our Lord, Master, and Savior. Amen.
Good. Thank you very much for that very inspiring prayer. Ladies and gentlemen, before I introduce myself and my colleagues, let me say this, that you are all aware that the President, in his 28th address to the nation, eased the COVID-19 pandemic restrictions and lifted the ban imposed on large public gatherings. However, your bank is holding its 28th AGM virtually, since arrangements had already been put in place before the directive. We assure our shareholders that the bank is committed to putting in place the necessary measures and processes to ensure that the bank holds subsequent AGMs in person, barring any unforeseen circumstances. However, let me draw your attention that the bank's constitution allows us to hold our annual general meeting virtually, as has been done over the past 2 years. This year's virtual AGM also conforms to regulatory measures from the Registrar General's Department and the Securities and Exchange Commission. Thank you very much. At this point, I would like to introduce directors of the bank present at this meeting. My name, as you know, is Jude Kofi Arthur, Chairman of the Board. You have with us these non-executive directors: Mrs. Lydia Esa, Nana Ama Ayensua Sarah III, Mr. Francis Arthur Collins, Mr. Osman Ayuba, Mr. Ray Ankra, Alhaji Al-Hassan Yakubu. And we have, as I will be introducing them to you during the meeting, we have also Mr. Daniel Esrifi, and Honorable Dr. Stephen Amwa. With us also are the following executive directors: the Managing Director, Mr. John Kofi Adumakun; the Deputy Managing Director of Finance, Mr. Socrates Afram; the Deputy Managing Director Operations, Mr. Emmanuel Lamte; and the Executive Director for Wholesale and Investment Banking, Mr. Samuel Adrian. We also have with us the Company Secretary, Ama A. Kusiapo, and our external auditor, Messrs. Deloitte and Touche, to confirm the auditor's opinion on the accounts of the bank for the year 2021. The bank has created an AGM portal, a platform that gives shareholders relevant information on the virtual AGM, which include the following, among others: notice of the annual general meeting, the annual report for 2021, proxy form for shareholders, and guidelines on how to vote. I think that the rest of the directives and so on will be made clear as we go on. And so we can proceed with the meeting. Can the secretary give me the order of business, please?
Mr. Chairman, we confirm that we are quorate, so we could continue. Thank you.
Just give me some guidance. Where are we now?
Okay. The secretary would have to read the notice of the AGM, please.
I beg your pardon, I didn't hear that.
I said the secretary would have to read the notice of the AGM. So if I may proceed.
Yes, so.
All right. Thank you.
Yes, so please go on.
Okay. Notice is hereby given that the 28th Annual General Meeting of GCB Bank PLC will be held virtually and streamed live online, www.gcbbankagm.com, the bank's social media handles, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter, and GTV on Friday, 3rd June 2022 at 10 a.m. to transact the following business. Agenda, ordinary business. 1, to consider and adopt the financial statements of the company for the year ended December 31, 2021, together with the reports of the directors and auditors thereon. 2, to declare a dividend for the year ended December 31, 2021. 3, to re-elect the following directors retiring by rotation: Nana Ama Ayensu Sarah III, Mr. Francis Arthur Collins, Mr. Emmanuel Ray Ankara. 4, to re-elect a director in line with the Bank of Ghana Corporate Governance Directive 2018, Alhaji Alhassan Yakubu. 5, to ratify the appointment of 2 non-executive directors, Daniel Kweku Chenubua Srifri Esquire and Honorable Dr. Stephen Amwa. 6, to ratify the appointment of an executive director, Wholesale and Investment Banking, Mr. Sam Kwame Yedu Edu. And lastly, to authorize the directors to fix the remuneration of auditors, dated this 24th day of February 2022 by the order of the board. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
With your permission, I will now present my report, which can be found on pages 24 to 26 of the annual report. On behalf of the Board of Directors, it is my pleasure and honor once again to welcome you, our shareholders, to our annual general meeting. There is no doubt that 2021 was another difficult year due to the COVID-19 pandemic, which disrupted supply chains globally and reduced trade flows. Despite these challenges, your bank continued in its relentless pursuit of improving shareholder returns through the efficient delivery of convenient and accessible financial products and solutions to our customers. GCB Bank ended the year with a record profit, a demonstration of the confidence and trust reposed in your bank. We remain resolute in our ambition to dominate the market in Ghana through the implementation of our strategy, which is anchored on the three pillars of revenue growth and profitability, operational excellence, and people and talent development. Ladies and gentlemen, our strong performance in 2021 would not have been possible without the measures implemented by the government of Ghana to combat COVID-19, as well as the professional handling of the pandemic by the health authorities. The people of Ghana also need recognition for their observance of the COVID-19 protocols. The global economy recovered in 2021, and global growth improved to 6.1% in 2021 from minus 3.1% in 2020. This was largely underpinned by a recovery in the two largest economies in the world, the United States of America and China. Whilst the USA witnessed a growth of 5.7% from minus 3.4% in 2020, China also saw a growth of 8.1% from 2.3% in 2020. Countries rolled out mass COVID-19 vaccination programs to contain the adverse impact of the pandemic. In 2022, global growth is expected to moderate to 3.6%, mainly due to economic challenges arising from the conflict between Russia and Ukraine. Furthermore, rising energy prices and supply disruptions have resulted in higher and broad-based inflation than anticipated, notably in the United States and many emerging markets and developing economies. The challenges in China's real estate sector and lockdown in key manufacturing and trade hubs in China and its impact on supply disruptions elsewhere would impact negatively on the global economy in 2022. Let us now see the impact on Ghana's economy and our operational environment. The developments in the global economy had a knock-on effect on the Ghanaian economy. Ghana's gross domestic product growth rate was 5.4% compared to 0.5% in 2020. The upturn in growth resulted from information and communications, real estate, transport and storage, and a rebound in the import trade, cocoa, hotels, and restaurant sectors of the economy. Headline inflation trended upwards from 10.4% in December 2020 to 12.6% in December 2021, driven mainly by a sustained increase in food prices. Interest rates on the money market broadly showed downward trends across the yield curve. The 91-day Treasury bill rate declined to 12.5% in December 2021 from 14.1% in 2020. The 182-day Treasury bill rate fell to 13.2% from 14.1% in 2020. Ladies and gentlemen, the weighted average interbank rate declined to 12.7% from 13.6%, largely reflecting improved liquidity conditions. The monetary policy rate inched up by 100 basis points to 14.5% from 13.5% in November 2021, with the Monetary Policy Committee citing elevated inflationary risk. The Ghana cedi depreciated by 4.1% and 3.1% against the US dollar and the pound, respectively, in 2021, compared with 3.9% and 7.1% in 2020. The cedi, however, appreciated by 3.5% against the euro compared to a depreciation of 12.1% in 2020. The strong reserve position of the country provided buffers for the local currency, despite demand pressures in 2021. Overall, the performance of the banking sector in 2021 was encouraging, with sustained growth in assets and deposits, alongside improvements in the financial soundness indicators. The industry remains solvent, with an average industry capital adequacy ratio of 20.9%, well above the 11.5% regulatory threshold. Our financial performance. Despite the global and domestic economic challenges due to the pandemic, the financial performance, ladies and gentlemen, of your bank was very strong. We achieved profit before tax of 831.98 million Ghana cedis, an increase of 36.2% over the previous year. Profit after tax grew 28.5% to 572.28 million after adjusting for a 5% levy applied on the profit before tax of the bank following the enactment of the Financial Sector Recovery Act 2021, Act 1067. Total assets increased 19.1% to 18.4 billion. Customer deposits grew 16.2% to 13.9 billion, and total equity increased 23.4% to 2.7 billion. The strong financial performance was underpinned by strong internal collaboration among business units and support functions, which contributed immensely to growth in revenue and efficiency in our operations. We continued to intensify control of costs, and this helped achieve improvement in our cost-to-income ratio. We also augmented the leadership team in key areas, and our talent development and leadership plan is on course to ensure that we build and retain talent to support sustainable performance going forward. Improvement in staff performance management system and employee engagement contributed significantly to our resilient and strong performance for the year. In line with our strategy, we will continue to invest in technology and pursue our digital roadmap to enable us to provide superior service to our customers. Ladies and gentlemen, on dividends, the bank recorded significant growth in profitability, and our capital adequacy is strong, well over the regulatory minimum prescribed by the Bank of Ghana. On the basis of this, the board recommends a dividend of 0.50 cedis per share, representing a 100% increase from 2020. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my understanding that the Bank of Ghana has approved this. This reflects the board's ongoing confidence in the bank's strength and its future prospects. Our strong and resilient balance sheet, diversified business mix, and our improving profitability give us the financial strength to continue to make the right investments while returning to our shareholders a steady and increasing flow of dividends. A rebound in the stock market in 2021 resulted in an improved performance of the financial stock index, with a year-to-date performance of 20.7% compared to minus 11.7% in 2020. At the beginning of the year, GCB Bank's share price was 4 cedis and 5 pesos, increasing to 5 cedis and 40 pesos by the middle of the year, before closing the year at 5.24 Ghana cedis, indicating a year-to-date growth of 29.4% in line with market trends. Ladies and gentlemen, we remain focused in our quest to deliver value to you, our shareholders. we can say with confidence that the bank is on the right path to become the dominant bank in Ghana. Let me apprise you of our digital journey. The future of banking, and indeed other business in general, continue to be underpinned by digital transformation. Institutions that have not prioritized digital first are going to encounter difficulties in remaining competitive in the market. Therefore, accelerating digital capabilities as a key driver to dominate the industry and create shareholder value is imperative. In pursuit of our digital roadmap to create value and a distinct customer experience, your bank appointed a Chief Digital and Marketing Officer who will lead all the digitalization activities across the bank. We have also resourced teams internally to review and optimize internal processes and establish a data management unit to support the development of relevant and innovative solutions, as well as enhance the quality of information to support improved decision-making. We launched our Security Operations Center, SOC, demonstrating our commitment to protecting our business and clients and enable us to respond effectively to cyber and information security threats and incidents. The bank completed the upgrade of the core banking software, FlexCube, from versions 12.0 to 14.3. The upgrade has contributed significantly to improving the performance of our core application and provided us with enhanced flexibility to offer new and innovative solutions to you, our cherished clients. Ladies and gentlemen, we will continue to accelerate our digital agenda by making the right investment to derive maximum value for the benefit of our customers and all stakeholders. Ladies and gentlemen, leadership and talent development is imperative, and we recognize that our quest to dominate the market requires a robust framework for a leadership pipeline in the bank, which guarantees an adequate flow of talent to fill senior roles as part of our succession management planning. The board remains committed to the development of talent within the bank so as to build a steady, strong, and reliable pipeline to take up leadership positions in the bank. Our focus is to identify high potential leaders and implement tailor-made training and development to enhance capacity in the organization. Let me advise you of changes to your board during the year. During the year under review, two of our very able members, Mr. Nick Amatefio and Mr. Prince Edward Amwetia Young, retired from the board. We thank them for their valuable contributions to the board and to the bank. And on behalf of the board, I wish them success in their future endeavors. It is my pleasure, ladies and gentlemen, at the same time to welcome Mr. Daniel Kweku Trinibua Esrifi and Honorable Dr. Stephen Amwa to our board as directors. I also welcome Mr. Samuel Kwame Edu to the board of GCB Bank as an executive director, wholesale and investment banking. Mr. Edu is responsible for the corporate banking, global markets, including treasury, business units, and will also oversee GCB Capital Limited, our investment banking business. The three newly appointed directors bring valuable skills, expertise, and experience, as well as significant understanding of the financial services industry and an in-depth understanding of the regulatory landscape. The bank has received regulatory clearance from the Bank of Ghana for the new appointees. The appointment of the new directors will be presented to you, our shareholders, at today's meeting for approval in line with corporate governance principles. Ladies and gentlemen, in conclusion, may I say this, that we are quite confident that the execution of our strategy and business priorities will ensure that we deliver sustainable returns to our shareholders. Our strong financial results in 2021 would not have been possible without the support of our cherished customers and the hard work of the management team and the dedication of the employees of the bank. I salute you all for your loyalty to the bank. Ladies and gentlemen, I would also like to recognize my colleague directors for the tireless response to duty in the service of this bank. I say thank you to them as well. And finally, to you, our shareholders, who have supported us in this journey, a big thank you to you. Thank you once again for the opportunity to be of service to this bank. Thank you very much. Very well, and thank you. If I may proceed, may I now ask the external auditors of the bank, Deloitte, to read their report, which can be found on pages 54 to 58 of the annual report.
Good morning. Mr. Chairman, shareholders, directors, management, members present, ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the independent auditor's report to the shareholders of GCB Bank PLC. And as said by the chairman, our opinion can be found on page 54, 55, 56, 57, and 58. So, Chairman, with your permission, I will read a section of the opinion which are to be read mandatory at AGM. And I will start from page 54. Report on the audit of consolidated and separate financial statements. Opinion. We have audited the consolidated and separate financial statement of GCB Bank PLC and its subsidiary, into bracket the group and the bank, set out on pages 59 to 151, which comprise the consolidated and separate statement of financial position as at 31st December 2021, and the consolidated and separate statement of profit or other comprehensive of changes in equity, and consolidated and separate statement of cash flows for the year then ended. The notes to the consolidated and separate financial statement, including a summary of significant accounting policies and other explanatory disclosures. In our opinion, shareholders, the consolidated and separate financial statement give a true and fair view of the consolidated and separate financial position of GCB Bank PLC as at 31st December 2021, and its consolidated and separate financial performance and consolidated and separate cash flows for the year then ended in accordance with international financial reporting standards, the requirements of the Companies Act 2019 at 992, and the Banks and Specialized Deposit-Taking Institutions Act 2016 at 930. Basis of opinion. We conducted our audit in accordance with international standards on auditing. Our responsibilities under those standards are further described in the auditor's responsibility for the audit of financial statement section of this report. We are independent of the group and the bank in accordance with the requirement of the International Ethics Standards Board for Accountants. International Code of Ethics for Professional Accountants, including international independent standards, and other independent requirements applicable to performing audits of financial statements in Ghana. We have fulfilled our other ethical responsibilities in accordance with IES SBA Code and other ethical requirements that are relevant to our audit of financial statements in Ghana. We believe that the audit evidence we have obtained is sufficient and appropriate to provide a basis for our opinion. Shareholders, key audit matter. Key audit matters are those matters that, in our professional judgment, were of most significant in our audit of the consolidated and separate financial statement of the current period. Those matters were addressed in the context of our audit of the consolidated and separate financial statement as a whole, and informing our opinion thereon, and we do not provide a separate opinion on these matters. We have determined that there are key audit matters to communicate in our report with regard to the audit of the separate financial statement of the bank for the period. And our key audit matter, shareholders, was in respect of IFRS 9 expected credit losses. You will see our issue and the response and our conclusions on page 55 of the key audit matter. Shareholders, you will find the responsibility of directors and then responsibility of auditors also captured on page 56 of this report. May I humbly request that we move to page 57, where I cover legal and regulatory requirements. In accordance with the 7th schedule of the Companies Act 2019 at 992, we expressly state that 1, we have obtained all the information and explanation which, to the best of our knowledge and belief, were necessary for the purpose of our audit. 2, in our opinion, proper books of accounts have been kept by the group and the bank so far as appears from our examination of those books. The information and explanation given to us were in a manner required by the Companies Act 2019 at 992 and give a true and fair view of the A, statement of financial position of the group and the bank at the end of the financial year, and B, statement of profit or loss and other comprehensive income for the financial year. The group and the bank statement of financial position and statement of profit or loss and other comprehensive income are in agreement with the accounting records and returns. Shareholders, I move to page 58. We are independent of the group and the bank pursuant to section 143 of the Companies Act 2019 at 992. The bank and the Specialized Deposit-Taking Institutions Act 2016 at 930 requires that we state certain matters in our report. We hereby state that 1, we confirm that the accounts give a true and fair view of the state of affairs of the bank and the results of operations for the year under review. We were able to obtain all the information and explanation required for the efficient performance of our duties as auditors. We confirm that the transactions of the bank were within its powers. In our opinion, the bank has generally complied with the provisions of the Anti-Money Laundering Act 2020 at 1044, the Anti-Terrorism Act 2008 at 762, and the regulations made under those enactments. The bank has generally complied with the provisions of the Bank and Specialized Deposit-Taking Institutions Act 2016 at 930. The engagement partner on the audit resulting in this independent auditor's report is Daniel Kojo Usu, that is myself. My ICA number is provided 1327, and the report is signed for and on behalf of Deloitte and Touche, and our ICA number is also provided 129. Thank you, shareholders. Thank you.
Very well. Thank you very much, Daniel and Deloitte, for the very good work done in providing an independent opinion and assurance to our shareholders. Thank you very much. We will now proceed with the agenda on the ordinary business of the day. The 2021 annual report, which includes the accounts and reports of the directors, have been published on the bank's website for the past 21 days. And with your permission, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to take them as read. We will follow the usual procedure where we ask a shareholder to move the proposed motion and another to second. There will be an opportunity to ask questions, after which the motion will be put to the meeting for a vote. I shall be grateful if questions which relate directly to the motion on the floor are asked. Any member who is physically present and would like to ask a question or make a comment or second the motion should please use the microphone at the podium or use the chat box online to make your submissions. Please mention and indicate your name clearly before you make your submission. We have 3 minutes to put each resolution to vote. I shall now call on a representative from the bank's Corporate Affairs Department to explain the voting process to shareholders.
Good morning, valued shareholders. Please lend me your ears on guidance to virtually participate in the 28th Annual General Meeting of GCB Bank PLC. Please log on to GCB Bank AGM on your mobile phone or computers. Kindly enter your unique 5-digit token number to enable you to join the meeting. Then, you can send in your questions and vote online. How AGM? There are 2 simple steps to join the virtual AGM. Visit gcbbankagm.com, type in the 5-digit unique token number. Steps to send a motion, comment, or ask questions. Click the Chat as Guest button, which is situated on the right or bottom side of your screen. Type in your name and company in the space provided. Tick the box to accept the terms and conditions. Type and submit your comments and questions. Steps to vote on a resolution. There are 2 options to enable you to vote in real time. Option 1, voting via the online platform. Locate the vote box on the bottom of your broadcast screen and follow these steps. Enter the unique 5-digit token number that you use to join the meeting. Click on the box labeled Cast Your Vote. On the box labeled Cast Your Vote. Once you've done this, you will see a list of the resolutions to be voted for. Follow the voting process by clicking the plus sign. Then select your voting option of for, against, or abstain. select the voting option for, against, or abstain. Option 2 involves voting via short code, which is star 899 star 3 hash. The short code again, star 899 star 3 hash. Dial star 899 star 3 hash on your mobile phone. Enter the unique 5-digit token number you use to join the meeting. Select your vote option for, against, or abstain, and send. Select the vote option for, against, or abstain, and send. Thank you for listening and for being a valued shareholder. Good morning.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for a very clear explanation of the process. Ladies and gentlemen, can we now then move to the first item on the agenda? That is to receive and adopt the financial statements of the bank for the year ended December 31st, 2021, together with the reports of the directors and auditors. I hereby propose that the financial statements for the year ended 31st December 2021 and the report of the directors and auditors thereon be received and adopted. Will a shareholder please move the motion?
Mr. Chairman, my name is Samson Ashon, a member of the company. I second the motion.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Ashon.
Okay, let me move now. I propose that the financial statement of the company, GCB Bank PLC, for the year ended December 31st, 2021, together with the reports of the directors and the auditors thereon, be hereby adopted.
Thank you very much. I take it that we've already had a seconder. Very well then. Are there any comments before the motion is put to the meeting for voting?
Mr. Chairman, we need a shareholder to second the motion. Thank you.
Yes, that was what I was trying to get. Thank you. Can we please have a shareholder second the motion? And it will be useful if from there I'm prompted on it, because sometimes the connection goes off.
Chairman, sometimes it's very interesting when we come to such a meeting and we see ourselves very happy. I can now understand why our auditor, who have done so much for a great work for GCB, as the auditor or CEO of the year. He's a good guy. He has done a very good job. So I cannot understand why Ghana Commercial Bank, you are doing very well. On this note, Mr. Chairman, I second the motion for a good work done.
Mexico.
Hello, yes. Thank you very much, Mr. Pio Mexico.
I can't hear him. Mr. Chairman, Tego, he's asking, why don't we relate the 5-year performance with the industrial average? He has a second question as well, that why don't we have notes and schedule to the accounts? Thank you.
Can we have the EMP finance explained?
Thank you, Chairman. I want to take it from the second question. There are notes to the accounts detailed in the full report. So, Mr. John Tego, please refer to the website. If you don't have the hard copy, you see the notes. And then the question of the 5-year performance, relating it to the industry, at this stage we are talking about GCB, and GCB cannot use its platform to advertise other banks. I recall when we went for the facts behind the numbers session at the stock exchange, we did present our position relative to the industry, but this is exclusively GCB. That's the more reason why you don't see anything of the industry in it. Thank you. On the other hand, I can give you a personal copy after the meeting, Mr. John Tego. I will contact the secretary of the share registry for your number and then get in touch with you. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Secretary.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, for this opportunity. My name, once more, is Samson Ashon, a member of the company. Let me start by congratulating GCB Bank and the board and management for the very impressive report and return that has been given. Thank you once more. It's been very impressive, and we pray that you continue to make up and even go higher. In spite of COVID and other related problems, you've been able to manage it and sail through. Thank you so much. But even for the 5% levy that has been placed on you, you would have gone even further. However, I have a few comments. In spite of the fact that cost-to-income ratio improved quite, there's still room for improvement. There's the need for further reduction, especially when you get to page 128, note 16. Looking at the other professional costs and other administrative costs, if something will be done there, so the reduction will bring in more to be able to control the cost further. I also want to talk about the impairment. It's a little bit high. I pray that you maybe motivate the recovery team further so they can do more to be able to bring more. I also comment on the page 120 on the statutory breaches for non-compliance. An amount of 220,000 was levied at the bank. The bank is soaring, moving from strength to strength. And we believe that these things should be avoided or minimized. I also want to turn to page 148 of 149, where we have quite a number of legal proceedings. The legal advisors have advised that everything is okay. I agree. But what I want to emphasize is the speed. I want an early resolution. An early resolution will be able to reduce further court funds that are expensive. So the catchword or the emphasis is on early resolution. After the court matters, they will come, but early resolution to cut costs. Thank you. And page 144, note 35, under the post-employment defined, Another long-term benefit, apart from the SNIS scheme, which we don't have any problem, there are plans there for the bank to really enter another plan that is also there. These plans expose the bank to assurance risk, longevity risk, and then interest risk and market risk. How is the board and management planning to mitigate those risks? Because all these things in the final analysis will help bring down costs. Finally, digitalization, yes, we need that to move the bank forward. But digitalization comes with its cybercrime. I just want the board and management to give us that level of confidence that all is being done to really bring it on that. And then closely associated with that is cash transportation or transaction transmission. That also of late, we know what is happening. So the cash evacuation, all the arrangements that are being put through, so we can have our money safe and then have enough. And the profitability level will also soar higher and higher. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Yeah, very well. Thank you so much. Indeed, you've drawn attention to key issues on our cost-to-income ratio and impairment, which you will notice we have said is key in our move towards becoming the dominant player on the market. We will also enhance our recovery efforts. And on the statutory breaches, I believe the DMD finance and DMD operations may have something to say, but before we get on to that, I think that the bank has worked relentlessly on these to keep them at a minimum. We have also noted the early resolution of court cases, which shareholders are concerned about, and my colleague directors may want to throw more light on it. So far as digitalization is concerned, as you know, I did mention in my statement of that we've set up our SOC, and we are up to the challenges that come along with digitalization. And the managing director and his team have already put in place a process to deal with the armed cash movements of the bank to ensure our safety and security. I believe that the MD or the DMD finance and the DMD operations may want to add a few things. Thank you.
Hello? Thank you, Chairman. Yeah. I will start with the issue of the professional fees. The professional fees is high for good reason. As part of the bank's digitalization agenda, we've had to introduce so many systems. We have to also review our current operating model when it comes to procedures and how to optimize them before we digitalize. In that process, we are working with also an enterprise approach to dealing with risk. Some of these programs, shareholders will agree with me, are new, and so internally the bank may not have the capacity to deal with it on its own. And so we've had to resort to external support in some cases to help us. For instance, when we upgraded our core banking system of FlexCube, we needed some consultants from India to help us in that journey. We are doing an enterprise risk management system that, because the concept is new in the country, GCB as a bank also needed the support of some consultants to help in that process. In all of these, we've had to depend on reputable and seasoned consultants who have seen it work elsewhere to help the bank get it right first time. So those are the reasons accounting for the professional fees. I can assure shareholders that as far as practicable, where the bank is capable of handling these projects or these systems, we do it to the best of our ability. And the use of consultants becomes a last resort when we don't have the capacity to deal with it. On the subject of the regulatory breaches, the point is well noted. There's one classic one I need to explain to shareholders. Banks have always relied on the central bank as a lender of last resort. And so July 2021, there was a point that we were short of liquidity. We couldn't meet our reserve requirements. At that material point, the central bank did not come to our aid, for which reason we breached. The good thing is that we took good note of that. We learned our lessons. And since then, we've been doing the right things to make sure we structure our balance sheet in such a manner that such a situation will not recur, especially with the liquidity breach that occasioned what we read about. I'm sure my colleague, Mr. Lamte, will add, but on the subject of the employee benefit, we have three main items under employee benefits. When staff serve for a certain number of years, the bank gives them something as recognition for their loyalty and commitment to the cause of the bank. That is the first one. At some point also around 2010, a group of retired staff won a case against the bank to receive a percentage of the salary of in-service staff for the rest of their lives. And so that package, for those, is a closed benefit though, meaning that nobody is joining. For those in that group, they get 60% of the basic salary of people in the equivalent grades that they retired for every now and then. And so until that group, by the grace of God, they are called to glory, will continue to pay that. The last one is employee post-retirement benefit. Shareholders, the bank over the years has catered for staff who have worked and retired with it by catering for their medical bills, the staff, and their spouse. And so that is the third component of it. And the issue of the risk that the bank is exposed to, because these expenses look into the future, you are always looking at macroeconomic variables, inflation rate, interest rate, to be able to forecast. So what the note spoke about is the fact that if, say, interest rates are low, you tend to see that your discounting tends to put the present value at a higher figure. And so these are provisions we make. At the end of the year, the actual expense is accounted for. So until we change those policies, these expenses will continue to be with us. The final comment I want to make, I know my colleague has something to say on the impairment. The legal cases, the bank does its best to settle out of court, just so that we don't waste our time and resources. But it also depends a lot on the counterparty that the case is involved with. In most cases, the counterparties do not have a case. We get independent lawyers, independent firms to evaluate the bank's position, and where in our honest view, or per the recommendations of these professionals, the bank has a good case, we don't make provision. Where the bank does not have a good case with a high probability of a loss, we make provision for these cases. But the point I made is that where the case is against us, we go the extra mile to try to get settlement out of court. But that is not a unilateral decision. It depends on the other counterparty, whether he wants to settle out of court. So we evaluate these cases on the go, and at any point in time, we take the best position that fits the bank's strategic agenda, and also not to derail the focus we have going forward. And so the point is well noted. When it comes to staff, there are occasions we settle out of court, but in most cases where the staff does not have a strong case, the bank will not go out of its way to settle. It goes through arbitration, and sometimes we even disagree with the Labor Commission, and sometimes ends up in the High Court. But in all of this, we look out for the best scenario for the bank. Thank you. My last comment will be on the impairment. And shareholders, last year I did indicate to you that we've had challenges with certain accounts that the bank has been dealing with. And I recall promising the meeting at the time that the impairment situation will get worse before it gets better, because we are taking a proactive decision to downgrade these accounts that were posing challenges. The challenges were that there were delays in the execution of those projects. We realized that the initial cash flow projections that we did were no longer tenable. And so we were proactive in saying that if you are confronted with this situation, do you wait till the last minute until everything falls down before you take a decision? And so proactively, we took the decision to downgrade these accounts and then work with the promoters to bring the projects back to life. Where we are is a stage of looking for funding to complete the projects. And so we are working with the promoters, looking for potential partners, which may include possibly the bank taking a second stage or a second level when it comes to the priority of the debt. That is subordinating our debt to somebody else, just so that we can get these projects back to life and get them completed. Our conviction is that the moment these projects are completed, there will either be outright purchase or there will be good grounds for good cash flows to support their repayment. And so that is where we are when it comes to the impairment. And as I promised, I said it will get worse before it gets better. Where we are now is calling for support to get the required partners to work with so that we can complete the projects. Once they are done, we are confident we will come out of the woods. Thank you.
Also, honorable shareholders, just to add up to what my colleague, Deputy Managing Director, said, impairments come as a result of credit issues. So we are not only tackling it from the client side, but internally, underwriting standards, we've strengthened them and tightened them. We have also resourced the team with the right human resource, and a lot of training is going on within that space. So we do expect that going forward, we'll see a much more improved and healthier credit portfolio. Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Chairman, I have a question from Benedict Adu. He says, please, can the board clear the air about the 52 million transfer from our cherished bank that have been in the news for some time now? Thank you.
Good morning, all. Honorable shareholders. Mr. Chairman, I must say we will remember that I think end of 2020 December, an amount of 52 billion. I think that's what the shareholder or the questioner is asking for clarification on. It was actually 52 billion. That's what came in the papers and all of that, not 52 million. It was a reconciliation that we took, when I took working with stakeholders, the GRA, the Ministry of Finance. I must confirm at this point that that reconciliation has been concluded. It wasn't anything that just came out of the reconciliation amount, not 52 million, 52 billion, which we have reconciled, and the matter is resolved. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Very well, thank you. Are there any more questions?
There are no more questions, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you very much, Madam Secretary.
It's okay.
There being no further comments, I declare voting open for shareholders to vote. We have 3 minutes to vote for this resolution.
Casting your vote. We have provided two options, to enable you partake in the voting exercise in real time. Option 1. Voting via the online platform. Locate the vote box on the bottom of your broadcast screen and follow these steps. Enter the unique token number used to join the meeting. Click Cast Your Vote. Once you have done this, you will see a list of resolutions to be voted for. Follow the voting process by clicking the plus sign. Then select your voting option. Option 2. Voting via shortcode. *899 *3#. Dial *899 *3# on your phone. Enter the unique token number used to join the meeting. Once you have done this, you can now select your vote option and send. Casting your vote. We have provided 2 options to enable you partake in the voting exercise in real time. Option 1. Voting via the online platform. Locate the vote box on the bottom of your broadcast screen and follow these steps. Enter the unique token number used to join the meeting. Click Cast Your Vote. Once you have done this, you will see a list of resolutions to be voted for. Follow the voting process by clicking the plus sign. Then select your voting option. Option 2. Voting via shortcode. *899 *3#. Dial *899 *3# on your phone. Enter the unique token number used to join the meeting. Once you have done this, you can now select your vote option and send. Casting your vote. We have provided 2 options to enable you partake in the voting exercise in real time. Option 1. Voting via the online platform. Locate the vote box on the bottom of your broadcast screen and follow these steps. Enter the unique token number used to join the meeting. Click Cast Your Vote. Once you have done this, you will see a list of resolutions to be voted for. Follow the voting process by clicking the plus sign. Then select your voting option. Option 2. Voting via shortcode. *899 *3#. Dial *899 *3# on your phone. Enter the unique token number used to join the meeting. Once you have done this, you can now select your vote option and send. Casting your vote. We have provided 2 options to enable you partake in the voting exercise in real time. Option 1. Voting via the online platform. Locate the vote box on the bottom of your broadcast screen and follow these steps. Enter the unique token number used to join the meeting. Click Cast Your Vote. Once you have done this, you will see a list of resolutions to be voted for. Follow the voting process by clicking the plus sign. Then select your voting option. Option 2. Voting via shortcode. *899 *3#. Dial *899 *3# on your phone. Enter the unique token number used to join the meeting. Once you have done this, you can now select your vote option and send. Casting your vote. We have provided 2 options to enable you partake in the voting exercise in real time. Option 1. Voting via the online platform. Locate the vote box on the bottom of your broadcast screen and follow these steps. Enter the unique token number used to join the meeting. Click
The voting have ended and the results are in. 94 voted for. Pardon me, Mr. Chairman, 96 voted for, 1 voted against, and 0 abstained. Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much, Madam Secretary. Following the declaration of the results of the voting, I declare the motion carried. Thank you very much. Can we move now to the second item on the agenda? That is the declaration of dividend for the year ended December 31st, 2021, subject to the Bank of Ghana approval. Ladies and gentlemen, as you know, the Bank of Ghana issued a notice on the revision on the suspension of distribution of dividends, which now allows banks and specialized deposit-taking institutions to pay out dividends to its shareholders for 2020 and 2021 financial year, subject to the satisfaction of certain conditions. We are happy to announce that your bank met those conditions and has received approval from the Bank of Ghana to pay dividends to our shareholders for the year ended 2021. Accordingly, we will be placing a motion for the shareholders' consideration and approval to enable us pay the dividend. With apologies, may I ask the board secretary to read out the motion, because what I have in front of me has gaps exactly on the total amount of dividend payable. So, Madam Secretary, if you could read out the motion together on when it is payable, and then we can put the motion to shareholders and follow it up with any comments or discussions before voting on it.
Mr. Chairman, from management, I understand that the dividend is payable 1st August. Thank you.
No, thank you very much. What I'm talking about, Madam Secretary, is the resolution. It must state the dividend payable, which is 50 pesos per share, and then it has a total amount. That total amount is what I need to get, and that is what I'm saying, that therefore read out that whole thing directly to shareholders.
Okay. All right. Thank you. So the motion is pursuant to Section 30 and 33 of the third schedule of the Companies Act 2019, Act 922. The bank is proposing a final dividend payment of 50 Ghana pesos per share, making it a total of 132,500 million for the financial year ended 31st December 2021. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. To be paid on
Thank you very much.
1st August 2022. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Madam Secretary. I take it that the total dividend payout is 132,500,000 Ghana cedis. Is that correct, please?
Yes, please.
Thank you. Can we then please have a shareholder move the motion on the declaration of dividend payments?
Respectfully, Mr. Chairman, my name is James Tay, a shareholder. I hereby move that the dividend declared for the year ended 31st December 2021, subject to Bank of Ghana approval, do hereby be received and adopted. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Can we please have a shareholder second this motion? Thank you very much. Can we please have any comments, if there are any, before the motion is put to the meeting for a vote? Madam Secretary, I take it there are no comments.
Mr. Chairman, there are no comments.
Very well, thank you very much. There being no comments, I declare voting open for the shareholders to vote on the dividend declaration.
Casting your vote. We have provided two options to enable you partake in the voting exercise in real time. Option 1. Voting via the online platform. Locate the vote box on the bottom of your broadcast screen and follow these steps. Enter the unique token number used to join the meeting. Click Cast Your Vote. Once you have done this, you will see a list of resolutions to be voted for. Follow the voting process by clicking the plus sign. Then select your voting option. Option 2. Voting via shortcode. *899 *3#. Dial *899 *3# on your phone. Enter the unique token number used to join the meeting. Once you have done this, you can now select your vote option and send. Casting your vote. We have provided two options to enable you partake in the voting exercise in real time. Option 1. Voting via the online platform. Locate the vote box on the bottom of your broadcast screen and follow these steps. Enter the unique token number used to join the meeting. Click Cast Your Vote. Once you have done this, you will see a list of resolutions to be voted for. Follow the voting process by clicking the plus sign. Then select your voting option. Option 2. Voting via shortcode. *899 *3#. Dial *899 *3# on your phone. Enter the unique token number used to join the meeting. Once you have done this, you can now select your vote option and send.
Thirty seconds to stop voting. voting has ended and the results are in. 115 voted for, 3 voted against, and all right, we have new results coming in now. 116 voted for, 3 voted against, and 0 abstained. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Madam Secretary. On the basis of the results declared, I declare the motion carried. With your permission, can we please move to the next item on the agenda? That is to re-elect directors retiring by rotation. In compliance with sections 325B and D of the Companies Act 2019, Act 992, 3 members of the board will retire by rotation, but being eligible for re-election. The following 3 non-executive directors are retiring by rotation and being eligible have consented and are offering themselves for re-election. Can we please have the pictures of these directors projected to our shareholders for viewing? They are Nana Ama Ayensua Sarah III, Mr. Francis Arthur Collins, and Mr. Emmanuel Ray Ankra. Their profiles can be found on pages 10, 11, and 12 of the annual reports. With your permission, ladies and gentlemen, I propose a single resolution for the re-election of the directors retiring by rotation who have offered themselves to serve your bank in line with Section 3261 of the Companies Act 2019, Act 992.
Mr. Chairman, we need a shareholder to move and another to second for the single resolution proposed, please. Thank you.
Yes, I had assumed you had requested that. Can a shareholder please move for the resolution for the 3 shareholders, for the 3 directors, please? Sorry.
Mr. Chairman, my name is Samson Ashon, a shareholder. I move that the re-election of the following directors, Nana Ma Yensua Sarah III, Mr. Francis Arthur Collins, and Mr. Emmanuel Ray Ankra, be voted as a single resolution.
Can we have a seconder, please?
Mr. Chairman, thank you. My name is Yvonne Selompunyo. I second the motion.
Are there any comments?
Casting your vote. We have provided 2 options to enable you partake in the voting exercise in real time. Option 1, voting via the online platform. Locate the vote box on the bottom of your broadcast screen and follow these steps. Enter the unique token number used to join the meeting. Click Cast Your Vote. Once you have done this, you will see a list of resolutions to be voted for. Follow the voting process by clicking the plus sign. then select your voting option. Option 2. Voting via short code. Star 899 star 3 hash. Dial star 899 star 3 hash on your phone. Enter the unique token number used to join the meeting. Once you have done this, you can now select your vote option and send. Casting your vote. We have provided two options to enable you partake in the voting exercise in real time. Option 1. Voting via the online platform. Locate the vote box on the bottom of your broadcast screen and follow these steps. Enter the unique token number used to join the meeting. Click Cast Your Vote. Once you have done this, you will see a list of resolutions to be voted for. Follow the voting process by clicking the plus sign. Then select your voting option. Option 2. Voting via short code. Star 899 star 3 hash. Dial star 899 star 3 hash on your phone. Enter the unique token number used to join the meeting. Once you have done this, you can now select your vote option and send.
Voting has ended. And the results are in. 92 voted for, 9 voted against, and 1 abstained. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Madam Secretary. On the basis of the results, I declare the motion for the single resolution carried. Thank you. Can we now move on to resolution number 4, which is a proposal that Nana Ama Aliensua Sarah III, Mr. Francis Arthur Collins, and Mr. Ray Ankra, retiring by rotation and being eligible, have consented and are offering themselves for re-election, be and are hereby elected as directors of the bank. Can a member please move the motion on the re-election of the directors?
If I may explain, what we just did was a single resolution for the 3 directors retiring and for re-election. So we are now going to vote on it now. Thank you. So we need a shareholder to move the motion and another to second. Thank you. I have a shareholder seconding, but
Madam-
before that, I need a shareholder to move the motion. Thank you. All right, thank you.
Respectfully, Mr. Chairman, my name is James Tay, a shareholder. I hereby move that the three directors, Nana Ama Ayinsua Sarah III, Mr. Francis Tata Collins, Mr. Emmanuel Accra, do hereby be re-elected. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you very much.
Ben Adokpo.
Can we
Bai.
please have another shareholder second?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, Ben Adokpo Bai seconds the re-election of the directors. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Are there any comments? If not, can we put the motion to the meeting for voting?
Casting your vote. We have provided two options to enable you partake in the voting exercise in real time. Option 1. Voting via the online platform. Locate the vote box on the bottom of your broadcast screen and follow these steps. Enter the unique token number used to join the meeting. Click Cast Your Vote. Once you have done this, you will see a list of resolutions to be voted for. Follow the voting process by clicking the plus sign. Then select your voting option. Option 2. Voting via shortcode. *899 *3#. Dial *899 *3# on your phone. Enter the unique token number used to join the meeting. Once you have done this, you can now select your vote option and send. Casting your vote. We have provided two options to enable you partake in the voting exercise in real time. Option 1. Voting via the online platform. Locate the vote box on the bottom of your broadcast screen and follow these steps. Enter the unique token number used to join the meeting. Click Cast Your Vote. Once you have done this, you will see a list of resolutions to be voted for. Follow the voting process by clicking the plus sign. Then select your voting option. Option 2. Voting via shortcode. *899 *3#. Dial *899 *3# on your phone. Enter the unique token number used to join the meeting. Once you have done this, you can now select your vote option and send.
Thank you. And the results are in. 81 voted for, 11 voted against, and 0 abstained. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Madam Secretary. Those being the results, I declare the motion carried. With your kind permission, ladies and gentlemen, can we move on to the next item? The re-election of directors per Bank of Ghana Corporate Governance Directive 2018. The Bank of Ghana Corporate Governance Directive, CGD 2018, Part 4, Transitional Provisions, Section 82, indicates that non-executive directors shall have a minimum tenure of 3 terms of 3 years per term. Alhaji Alhassan Adam Yakubu has expressed his willingness to be re-elected as a director for the 2nd term. His profile is on page 13 of the annual report. The motion shall be, I hereby propose that Alhaji Alhassan Adam Yakubu, at the end of his first tenure, being eligible, has considered and is offering himself for re-election, and is hereby elected as a non-executive director of the bank. May a shareholder please move the motion?
My name is Samson Ashom, a shareholder. I move for the re-election of the director in line with the Bank of Ghana corporate governance in the person of Alhaji Al-Hassan Yakubu be hereby received and adopted.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ashon. Can a shareholder please second this motion?
Mr. Chairman, my name is Jonathan Kwefio, Mexico. Today, I don't know why I'm so overwhelmed about this meeting. Because when I woke up at 3 o'clock at dawn, preparing myself for this meeting, there was a voice that spoke to me that this meeting is going to be very successful because of the sterling leadership of yours as a chairman, and also the indefatigable, competent CEO of this company and his able team. If Alhaji is being re-elected, I will say to him, Salam alaikum. May God bless you for being accepted into the team. And to my 3 other board members, I'm proud of you. On this note, I humble second the motion of Alhaji Al-Hassan. Salam alaikum.
Thank you very much, Mr. Jonathan Kwefio, Mexico. If there are no comments up, can I please put the motion up to the meeting for voting?
Casting your vote. We have provided 2 options to enable you partake in the voting exercise in real time. Option 1, voting via the online platform. Locate the vote box on the bottom of your broadcast screen and follow these steps. Enter the unique token number used to join the meeting. Click Cast Your Vote. Once you have done this, you will see a list of resolutions to be voted for. Follow the voting process by clicking the plus sign. Then select your voting option. Option 2. Voting via shortcode. *899 *3#. Dial *899 *3# on your phone. Enter the unique token number used to join the meeting. Once you have done this, you can now select your vote option and send. Casting your vote. We have provided 2 options to enable you partake in the voting exercise in real time. Option 1, voting via the online platform. Locate the vote box on the bottom of your broadcast screen and follow these steps. Enter the unique token number used to join the meeting. Click Cast Your Vote. Once you have done this, you will see a list of resolutions to be voted for. Follow the voting process by clicking the plus sign.
And the results are in. 91 voted for, 7 voted against, and 1 abstained. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Madam Secretary. On the basis of the results, I declare the motion carried. Can we please move on to the next resolution to ratify the appointment of 2 non-executive directors? On the agenda, next is to ratify the appointments of directors who have been appointed following the resignations of the 2 directors. The directors are Mr. Daniel Kweku Trinibua Esrifi and Honorable Dr. Stephen Amwa. Can we please have their pictures projected? Their profiles are on pages 13 and 14 of the annual report. The resolutions, there are 2 of them. First is Resolution 6A. I hereby propose that the appointment of Mr. Daniel Kweku Trinibua Esrifi as a non-executive director appointed onto the board on 24th February 2022 be and is hereby ratified as a director of the bank. May I please ask a shareholder respectfully to move the motion?
Respectfully, Mr. Chairman, my name is James Tay, a shareholder. I hereby move to ratify the appointment of Mr. Daniel Trinibua Esrifi. The ratification should therefore be received and adopted. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Will another shareholder kindly second the motion?
Mr. Chairman, I have Israel Akomia on the virtually seconding the motion. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Madam Secretary, and thank you very much, Mr. Israel Akomia. If there are no comments, Madam Secretary, can you please put the motion to the meeting for voting?
There are no comments. So voting can commence. Thank you.
Casting your vote. We have provided 2 options to enable you partake in the voting exercise in real time. Option 1. Voting via the online platform. Locate the vote box on the bottom of your broadcast screen and follow these steps. Enter the unique token number used to join the meeting. Click Cast Your Vote. Once you have done this, you will see a list of resolutions to be voted for. Follow the voting process by clicking the plus sign. Then select your voting option. Option 2. Voting via shortcode. *899 *3#. Dial *899 *3# on your phone. Enter the unique token number used to join the meeting. Once you have done this, you can now select your vote option and send. Casting your vote. We have provided 2 options to enable you partake in the voting exercise in real time. Option 1. Voting via the online platform. Locate the vote box on the bottom of your broadcast screen and follow these steps. Enter the unique token number used to join the meeting. Click Cast Your Vote. Once you have done this, you will see a list of resolutions to be voted for. Follow the voting process by clicking.
And I'm happy to announce the results. 93 voted for, 5 voted against, and 1 abstained. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Madam Secretary. On the basis of the declared results, I declare the motion for the ratification of the appointment of Mr. Daniel Kweku Twinibo Asrifi duly carried. Can we please move to Resolution 6B, which is on the appointment of Honorable Dr. Stephen Amwa. I hereby propose that the appointment of Honorable Dr. Stephen Amwa as Non-Executive Director, appointed onto the board on 24th February 2022, be and is hereby ratified as a director of the bank. May I please have a shareholder to respectfully move for the motion?
The name is Samson Ashon, a shareholder. I move the Honorable Sam Kwesi Yedu Edu okay, sorry. Okay, Honorable. I move that Honorable Dr. Stephen Amwa appointment be ratified and adopted at this August meeting. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much. Can the shareholder please second the motion?
There's one, but
Sound is gone off. I think the sound went off temporarily.
okay.
But we have a seconder.
Yes, in the name of Mr. Robert Alote.
Thank you very much, Mr. Alote. Good. Madam Secretary, if there are no comments, can you please put the motion to the meeting for voting?
Okay. There are no comments, and voting starts now. Thank you.
Casting your vote. We have provided 2 options to enable you partake in the voting exercise in real time. Option 1, voting via the online platform. Locate the vote box on the bottom of your broadcast screen and follow these steps. Enter the unique token number used to join the meeting. Click Cast Your Vote. Once you have done this, you will see a list of resolutions to be voted for. Follow the voting process by clicking the plus sign. Then select your voting option. Option 2. Voting via shortcode. *899 *3#. Dial *899 *3# on your phone. Enter the unique token number used to join the meeting. Once you have done this, you can now select your vote option and send. Casting your vote. We have provided 2 options to enable you partake in the voting exercise in real time. Option 1, voting via the online platform. Locate the vote box on the bottom of your broadcast screen and follow these steps. Enter the unique token number used to join the meeting. Click Cast Your Vote. Once you have done this, you will see a list of resolutions to be voted for. Follow the voting process.
And the results are as follows. 88 voted for, 14 voted against, and 0 abstained. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Madam Secretary. On the basis of the results, I declare the motion ratifying the appointment of Honorable Dr. Stephen Amwa carried. Ladies and gentlemen, with your permission, can we please move on to the next item on the agenda? That's to ratify the appointment of an executive director, of wholesale and investment banking, Mr. Samuel Kwame Yedu Edu. The motion will read to ratify the appointment of Mr. Samuel Kwame Yedu Edu as an executive director of the bank. His profile can be found on page 16 of the annual report. Can a shareholder please propose the motion? I hereby propose that the appointment of Mr. Samuel Kwame Yedu Edu as an executive director appointed onto the board on 24th February 2022 be and is hereby ratified as a director of the bank. Can I please have a shareholder move this motion? Sorry, but I lost the sound. But I noticed that the motion has been moved.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, by Mr. John Tay.
That's
James
correct.
Tay.
Very well. Please, can we have another shareholder second the motion?
Mr. Chairman, my name is Joseph Abekabainde. I strongly second it.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. Joseph Abekabainde. Madam Secretary, if there are no comments or questions on it, could you please put it before the meeting for a vote?
Okay. Mr. Chairman, there are no comments, so voting begins now. Thank you.
Casting your vote. We have provided two options to enable you partake in the voting exercise in real time. Option 1, voting via the online platform. Locate the vote box on the bottom of your broadcast screen and follow these steps. Enter the unique token number used to join the meeting. Click Cast Your Vote. Once you have done this, you will see a list of resolutions to be voted for. Follow the voting process by clicking the plus sign. Then select your voting option. Option 2. Voting via shortcode. Star 899 star 3 hash. Dial star 899 star 3 hash on your phone. Enter the unique token number used to join the meeting. Once you have done this, you can now select your vote option and send. Casting your vote. We have provided two options to enable you partake in the voting exercise in real time. Option 1. Voting via the online platform. Locate the vote box on the bottom of your broadcast screen and follow these steps. Enter the unique token number used to join the meeting. Click Cast Your Vote. Once you have done this, you will see a list of resolutions to be voted for. Follow the voting process by clicking the plus sign. Then select your voting option. Option 2. Voting via shortcode. Star 899 star 3 hash. Dial star.
And the results are in. 94 voted for, 6 voted against, and 0 abstained. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Madam Secretary. On the basis of the results declared, I hereby declare that the motion ratifying the appointment of Mr. Samuel Kwame Edu is carried. Thank you. Can we now please move to resolution number 8 to approve the director's remuneration? Ladies and gentlemen, the board has agreed to maintain the annual aggregate budget of 3,850,000 cedis, which was approved in the year 2019 as director's remuneration, to be maintained for the year 2022. Accordingly, the resolution that is being put to shareholders would read as follows: that I hereby propose that the remuneration of directors of 3,850,000 be and is hereby retained for the year 2022. Will a shareholder please move for the motion?
Mr. Chairman, I have Israel Akomia moving the motion.
Thank you very much, Mr. Israel Akomia. Can a shareholder please second the motion?
I also have Frederick Aban seconding the motion. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Frederick Aban. Madam Secretary, you have my permission. If there are no comments, please put the motion to the meeting for voting.
I'm going to second. So what do we do now? Yes. Online? But I'll add my voice to it.
Yes.
If you have a father, Mr. Chairman.
Casting your vote. We have provided two options to enable you partake in the voting exercise in real time. Option 1. Voting via the online platform. Locate the vote box on the bottom of your broadcast screen and follow these steps. Enter the unique token number used to join the meeting. Click Cast Your Vote. Once you have done this, you will see a list of resolutions to be voted for. Follow the voting process by clicking the plus sign. then select your voting option. Option 2. Voting via short code. *899 *3#. Dial *899 *3# on your phone. Enter the unique token number used to join the meeting. Once you have done this, you can now select your vote option and send. Casting your vote. We have provided 2 options to enable you partake in the voting exercise in real time. Option 1. Voting via the online platform. Locate the vote box on the bottom of your broadcast screen and follow these steps. Enter the unique token number used to join the meeting. Click Cast Your Vote. Once you have done this, you will see a list of resolutions to be voted for. Follow the voting process by clicking the plus sign. Then select your voting option. Option 2. Voting via short code. *899 *3#. Dial *899 *3# on your phone. Enter the unique token number used to join the meeting. Once you have done this, you can now select your vote option.
The results are as follows. 92 voted for, 7 voted against, and 0 abstained. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Madam Secretary. On the basis of the results declared, I declare the motion duly carried. Ladies and gentlemen, the next item on the agenda is to authorize the board to determine the remuneration of the auditors. I hereby propose that the directors be mandated to determine the fees of the auditors in respect of the period ending at the conclusion of the next annual general meeting. Can the shareholder please move the motion?
Mr. Chairman, my name is Samson Ashon, shareholder. I move that that the directors of Ghana GCB PLC Bank be authorized to fix the remuneration of the auditors for the period under review. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ashon. Can another shareholder please second the motion?
Mr. Chairman, Sars George has seconded the motion. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Sars George. Please, Madam Secretary, if there are no comments, could you please put the motion to the meeting for a vote?
Okay. Mr. Chairman, there are no comments, so voting starts now. Thank you.
Casting your vote. We have provided 2 options to enable you partake in the voting exercise in real time. Option 1. Voting via the online platform. Locate the vote box on the bottom of your broadcast screen and follow these steps. Enter the unique token number used to join the meeting. Click Cast Your Vote. Once you have done this, you will see a list of resolutions to be voted for. Follow the voting process by clicking the plus sign. Then select your voting option. Option 2. Voting via short code. Star 899 star 3 hash. Dial star 899 star 3 hash on your phone. Enter the unique token number used to join the meeting. Once you have done this, you can now select your vote option and send. Casting your vote. We have provided two options to enable you partake in the voting exercise in real time. Option 1. Voting via the online platform. Locate the vote box on the bottom of your broadcast screen and follow these steps. Enter the unique token number used to join the meeting. Click Cast Your Vote. Once you have done this, you will see a list of
Voting has ended. And Mr. Chairman, I'm happy to announce the results. 93 voted for, 4 voted against, and 1 abstained. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Madam Secretary. On the basis of the results declared, I hereby declare the motion duly carried. Thank you. Madam Secretary, can you confirm that we have covered the business of the day?
Very well, sir. We've covered all the resolutions. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the end of another AGM. And I would like to thank all the shareholders present, both physically and virtual, on my behalf and on behalf of my colleague directors for attending this meeting and showing so much interest in the affairs of your bank. God bless you all, and I declare the meeting formally closed. But as our tradition has always been, can I please ask a shareholder to pray for us before we move on to the next item?
Chairman, my name is Robert Aluti. Please, before pledges, let us rise up and then pray. Heavenly Father, we thank you, we bless your name, we give you all the glory. We say hallelujah be to your name. We thank you for the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding that you are giving to us. We also thank you for the fine weather that we are giving to us. We pray that, Lord, whatever that we have come here to deliberate, Lord, you give us wisdom, knowledge, and understanding to the directors, the chairman, and the management, so that they will be able to accomplish it. As we leave this place, we pray that, Lord, your presence will go with us, and we shall arrive at our destination safely to your glory. Hallelujah be unto your name. Thank you, Lord. Amen.
Amen. Thank you very much for the prayer. And Madam Secretary, I think this brings proceedings to a close. And if there are any other formalities and items, I trust that you and my colleague directors will be able to take care of that. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
You're most welcome to a new era of banking at GCB Bank, where there are no long queues at the bank. Because you can enjoy swift access to your account anywhere, anytime with GCB e-banking solutions. Experience a world where you have financial convenience from a bank with integrity. A world where you can focus on your business and trust us to provide you with limitless business banking solutions that will take you to new heights. When you need a loan, sooner is better than later. So we give it to you in 24 hours to make sure the experience is memorable. Whatever you need, sir, we have an exceptional team of diverse professionals ready to serve you with a smile. Trust us with your money. We are bigger, better, safe, and ready to take you places beyond banking.
GCB Bank, your bank for life.